GER40 price prediction, market structure, and technical analysis, and we're on the monthly chart. And on this chart, we have this level over here, which is a very strong level of support, as well as the neckline of this inverted head and shoulders pattern, as you guys can see, with this side being the left shoulder, this being the head, and this area over here being the right hand shoulder. And ideally, whenever we have these sort of patterns, we want to see price come back to that level to give it a test, and at that point is where a lot of institutions will be looking to move the market further up, especially if the area aligns with any key numbers that we may have in regards to the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? And we can see again that this area over here, which is a very strong level of support, aligns, we could say, with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level in regards to Fibonacci, as I said, right? So should price come back to this level, we would have many reasons for why at this point we should look for potential buy opportunities. And that is because, guys, remember, number one, we would have this inverted head and shoulders pattern. Number two, we would have this area over here, which is a very strong level of support. Number three, the very same area is the neckline of that inverted head and shoulders pattern. And number four, the very same area aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, right? So that's a good area to potentially look for buy opportunities, right? I'm just gonna mark it for now. Let's have a look. There we go, more or less. And just keep in mind that support and resistance are areas and not so much lines like I have it here, right? Anyway, from here, let's head down to the weekly chart. And here we are on the weekly chart. And to recap, on the monthly chart, we spoke about how we have this very strong level of support, which also aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, and we said that it's a great area to potentially look for buy opportunities should the market come back to that area to test it out. And yeah, here we are now on the weekly chart, and let's just zoom in. And on the weekly chart, we can see that we have some very interesting price action movement, where the market had actually given us what is a head and shoulders pattern there, which had a neckline at that level, right? The reason why I say this was very interesting is because this was a trap. And that is because, guys, as you can see, price, as I said, gave us the head and shoulders pattern and then broke to the bottom side of that neckline. And what happened is that a lot of traders and investors actually sold at this level over here, right? They sold at this point, as the anticipation was for price to move further down to around this level over here, right? But what happened was, as I said, we had this head and shoulders pattern, right? And then price broke to the bottom side with people buying here. We had these four candlesticks to the upside, and in my very humble opinion, this was a stop hunt, right? This was a stop hunt, as a lot of us sold at this point and placed our stop losses just above that structure, right? So this whole move over here was a stop hunt to grab the stop losses located here. And now that the stop losses have been triggered, I expect the market to move down to at least around this level over here, right? I expect price to move to around that level, right? Anyway, from here, I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart, and let's have a look. And again, just to recap, remember that on the weekly chart, we said that the market had given us this trap, which was a head and shoulders pattern where price had broken to the bottom side of that neckline, and then we saw the market rush up again to that level to trigger all of those stop losses that were located here. And as a result, I now expect price to move that down to at least this level, right, to complete the structure at the very least, right? Anyway, let me just zoom in a bit. What else do we see in regards to the daily chart? Another thing that I also want to bring to attention is that we have this candlestick over here, and as you guys can see, it is a bearish candlestick with a small body and quite a long lower wick. And this tells us that we have a lot of money stuck here, and it ties in with what I said earlier, that I expect the market to push further down to at least this level, and not only to complete that structure, but also to grab the stop losses, or rather the liquidity that's sitting over here, more or less, right? Anyway, I'm just gonna add my daily channel at this point. Just give me a minute. Let's see, daily channel, and I would add for now my daily channel in this manner. Let's have a look. Let's see. So we have also, we can see that the trend line has been broken to the bottom side. To add to that, we also have this level over here, which is now a very strong level of resistance at this point in time. And another thing that I want to bring to your attention is that we actually have another double top here. It's actually an overextended double top, because that first leg is very much higher than the second leg, and we have price again, coming back to the neckline to give it a test. And the neckline would be here, right, more or less. And at this point where price is where I believe we may potentially look for sell opportunities, right? And in fact, I just want to utilize Fibonacci just to see if we actually have any key numbers that are lying there. I just hope what I'm saying makes sense so far, guys. And we can see, guys, again that the neckline, which is over here more or less, right, of this overextended double top, we could say aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, which adds as confluence once again in as far as looking for potential sell opportunities goes, right? So based on the price action at this point in time, I would say that we may potentially look for sell opportunities at this point, right? Remember, that is because number one, the market had given us this overextended double top here. Number two, this is the neckline of that overextended double top. Number three, price broke to the bottom side, went up to the area again to give it a test, and we could say that the neckline aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, right? Remember that the very same level is also a very strong level of resistance, and a key level as well. And that is because we've had, if we can just do this, we've had multiple rejections in the past, around here, there, and so forth. And as I said, we may see price bounce off of that area only to move further down to at least this level. And why do I say this level? That is because at that level we have a very strong level of support again, due to the fact that the market had also given us an overextended double structure there, or double bottom, right? And again, there's an overextended double structure because the first leg is much lower than the second leg, right? And at this point, I believe that we may take profit. That is, if we do indeed find any good sell opportunities at this level over here, more or less, right? So I hope what I'm saying makes sense. So what else do we see in regards to the daily chart of the GER40 index? I don't see much really at this point, but just remember that earlier I said that ideally we actually want to see price move all the way to this point over here, and that is because this is where the structure actually ends, as you guys can see, right? And this double top, it actually started here, right? It started here, and ideally we want to see it end here, in line with where it would have started. However, having said that, just note that we have this double structure, as I said, and it has this level over here. It's a very strong level of support, and I believe that this would be, or this should be, the first take profit should we indeed sell at this level, right? Our first take profit should be here, and our second take profit, in my very humble opinion, should be here, should be here. And apologies for the background noise. I'm not at my regular place of recording. So let's have a look. So what else do we have here? From here, I'm just gonna head down to the H4 chart, and let's have a look in terms of what's happening here. And again, let's recap in terms of what we discussed on the daily chart. On the daily chart, we spoke about how price had given us this overextended double top, which has a neckline more or less here. We said price broke to the bottom side and then went up to the neckline to give it a test, and the neckline aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level, which adds as confluence in as far as looking for potential sell opportunities goes at this point. We also said that this level over here is a key level and a very strong level of resistance, right? And that should we buy at this point, should we find any good sell entries at this point, that our first take profit should be around here somewhere. I hope you guys can see that, right? Once again, guys, I'm not saying that we should sell at this point. Sorry, I meant to sell, not buy. should we sell at this point? Our first take profit should be around here somewhere. And again, guys, I'm not saying that we should be selling at this point. I'm saying that should we have any good opportunities to sell at this point, and we do indeed take them, our first take profit should be around here somewhere. I hope you guys can see that, right? Anyway, here we are on the H4 chart, and on the H4 chart we can see also that we have this channel, which also adds as confluence in as far as looking for potential sell opportunities goes, because we are in a downward trajectory or a downward trending market, what ties in with how I said that at this point we may potentially look for sell opportunities, right? And that is because now we can see that we have this channel, and it also acts as dynamic resistance, right? It acts as dynamic resistance over and above this normal resistance that we have here, right? And at this point we may potentially see the market move further down, right? Yeah, so that's it as far as my analysis goes. I hope it makes sense. And just to go back to the weekly chart, remember on the weekly chart I had mentioned that the market had given us this fake move, which was a fake head and shoulders pattern, and we saw price once again pushing further up with these 4 candlesticks to trigger these stop losses that were located here. And now that those stop losses are triggered, I expect the market to move that down to at least this level over here, right? Keeping in mind that we also have this level over here, right, which is where we have the neckline of that overextended W structure on the H4 chart. I hope you guys can see that. So that's it as far as my analysis goes.